Philip Hammond could have boosted the NHS with almost all of the extra funding it requested, had he not given the money away to banks instead. The Chancellor is handing the health service £2.8 billion over the next 2 years, yet he also went ahead with £4.4 billion of cuts in banking taxes. Together, it would have been only £800 million less than the £8 billion NHS England boss Simon Stevens has said the service desperately needs. He is calling for Brexit referendum promises to spend more on the health service to now be honoured. The lack of cash could mean rationing for prescriptions and routine operations. Image Getty. NHS England boss Simon Stevens has said the service desperately needs £8 billion. Image PA. How Chancellor Philip Hammond left the nation's disabled out of the budget. The lack of cash could mean rationing for prescriptions and routine operations. Chris Hopson, of NHS Providers, which represents health service managers, said it is difficult to see how the NHS can deliver everything. In Wednesday's budget, Mr. Hammond announced an immediate £350 million boost to NHS funding to cope with the winter crisis. Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell said Philip Hammond tried to sneak this out. Image PA. Another £1.6 billion will follow next year for frontline services and £850 million in 201,920. But Labour analysis found the Chancellor could have found £4.4 billion in the same period by stopping cuts to the bank levy, an annual tax on bank debt. Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell said Philip Hammond tried to sneak this out. It's truly shameful we're seeing large handouts to banks when there are cuts to the NHS, schools and care services.